Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about how to render Angular router links in the address bar. So here I have an Angular app served on localhost port 3001. If I click on this help link, it will show the help page. If I click on the home page, it will go back to the home page. Okay, so if I type exactly the same URL, -help, I get an error message. I cannot get help. The reason is that in Angular, it's a single page application. When you click on router link, some code is running in your browser and the page is rendered. There's no request sent to the server. When you type something in this browser window, what happens is that it is making a new request to the server, and the server of course does not know how to respond to this localhost port 3001 and help. So the solution is to add it to your Node.js or whatever server. So I will show you guys the code. So this is the Node.js server that serves the Angular app. If you type exactly this port number, I will just serve the static files, the Angular application. If I add these 3 lines of code, what happens is that the server now says that if you use this exact URL, port 3001, I will give you the Angular app. For anything else, I will still give you the Angular app. So even if you type some crap, the star is anything, you type the root URL and then help or hello or whatever, the Angular app will execute. So it will render the actual routes. Now, after I commented out these 3 lines of code, we can take a look. Now, any URL will work, will render the Angular app. So now let's type help. See, it works right away. You can type your URL directly in your browser window and Angular will render it because of this extra code. /* anything, I will just render the home page. And once Angular app is loaded, it can pass the URL and render the whatever sub-router link. The only caveat is that it's dangerous. I would rather encourage you to write a bit more of these app use instead of use app/star, because for a web application we have a lot of business logic. Sometimes you have to render one component, and say during the initialization of the component, the ng-on init lifecycle hook will load data from a database. If you skip those steps, you directly jump to something else, you could have a blank page. There's no data. So it's kind of dangerous. I would encourage you to spell out the URLs that make sense to access directly and hide those URL that does not make sense to render directly. Okay, so this is my video on how to render the Angular router link directly in a browser address bar. Thank you.